I'm sure when you guys woke up today, you weren't expecting any bad news. It's essentially the holy day of Osu game. When you see it, day 727. As I am recording this, it's 11 p.m. So it's been a bit of time since the 727 started. But it was supposed to be a great day. Basically, the birthday of Osu game. The revitalization and rebirth of Osu game happens on July 27th, the holy number. And perhaps we're going to see another day where it's going to be June 3rd or something. But I want to basically rip a fart in this quiet crowd and say that Sytho, it seems like he quit W, which there isn't really any official statement from this, like on Twitter or on Reddit or anything, like any social media wise. It was actually this one Reddit post that I saw where this guy was like, did Sytho quit? And I actually looked into it and people are like, we don't freaking know. And it makes sense if he quits right here because some things have been happening to Sytho, and I just want to update you guys if you guys are not in the know what's happening to Sytho. So Sytho, who he basically is, he's essentially the number one ranked Osu player in America right now, and he's goated at speed, which is his skill set. He's basically twerking on the rapid trigger. He's fast as fucks, taking cocaine and coffee. Okay, not cocaine, but he's taking a lot of caffeine, telling people to take a shower before they go into conventions. Like, he's basically the goat of a lot of things here, right? And he's basically playing a lot of speed and breaking records and getting 11-star FCs. It's pretty cool here. But Sytho's momentum was unfortunately stopped when he actually reported on Twitter, guys, I might have RSI. And he looked into it, which is basically repetitive strain injury, where if you're going to tap on Osu, which is the most important part of his skill set, right? He's going to be trying to tap on the maps, twerk on the map sets. But every time he does that, there's nerve pain. So it hurts a lot. So your body's like, dude, stop fucking playing. There's something going wrong. So he was like, okay, well, this hurts a lot, but maybe I can try pushing my limits a bit. And he actually like made a tweet like the next couple days. He was like, he saw the new over the top map get ranked, which is another speed map. He was like, this 1300 is going to be scrumptious. And we haven't really seen any news about that after that. And when I saw that tweet and I made my commentary on it, I was like, holy shit, if he actually does this, he's gonna get pretty doomed here and get disabled. And I do think he did play it a bit and got like an 800 or something on it, which isn't as good as how he usually plays on these maps here, but it's not something that crazy, right? And we haven't really heard anything about Sytho. I'm assuming that he was kind of just in the backgrounds, in the shadows, playing through Osu game, maybe trying to do some hand therapy or something. But perhaps he got a moment where he was like, shit, dude, every time I try to play Osu and play the speed maps and try to get like my old top plays, I can't because it hurts so much. So maybe he's having these moments and these thoughts, and it finally got him to pull the trigger and be like, dude, I'm gonna quit W. He hasn't really made any statement about this, so this might be rumors. Like, it is says on his official profile that he says, quit W, it's time to move on, I love y'all for everything, which is something that completely makes sense in this scenario right here. And he actually did make like a quitting announcement like a couple months ago. Like, I think it was BTMC watching him on Twitch, and he was basically saying to everyone, he was like, guys, I'm gonna quit playing Osu. And Bistro MC was like, the number one rule of quitting Osu is that you never say that you're gonna quit, because that actually means you're gonna come back eventually. And that did work for Sytho here. But Sytho, it doesn't seem like he's actually going to officially announce he's quitting. Maybe he is going to do it like a secret box, like on Twitter, but I don't even know if he will. But I think in this situation here, it makes complete sense for him to quit completely because of his nerve pain. Maybe he does some therapy and recovers it for some reason, but I don't really know. Like, personally, when I told my story where I kind of fucked up my back from lifting, I did it from doing like bad postures from doing deadlifts and squats, and I don't do them bitches anymore because it's too fucking risky. So Sytho here, or Sytho, if he tries to play Osu and fucks up his hand even more, that's going to be pretty bad. So it sucks for Sytho here, and I hope he makes the right decision, which is to recover his body here. And it's probably a bit of a career suicide and a stray from his identity here, because Sytho is really good at the game of Osu, right? I'm assuming that Osu has been a big part of his life for the last couple of years, so for him to cast away everything and just completely move on and quit, it's going to do a real number onto your own personality and your identity. So it's going to be a pretty heavy hit on him. I hope he recovers from this, because this is going to be either a moment where he goes into shitter mode and goes all depression, is like, shit, I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do with my life, or he's going to go Sigma Chad grind mode and find something else to do in his life. I don't know. I hope he does the latter, because that is the best case scenario. When people move on from their glory days, pun intended, they get into a very bad mental state. Like, that's what we see like like famous actors. Like after they're doing their acting and shit, they're like, oh my god, I was the actor, I was the goat there. But then now you see them sniffing cocaine up a hooker's butthole in the middle of the streets of Las Vegas. Like it's a fucking crazy transition period from that. So I hope Sytho makes the right decision here. But besides that, I also want to segue into some brighter news besides this, and not just move on from this doom and gloom, where I actually saw this one post where it seems like there's a new featured artist for ShibayanRecords. So these guys are like the bangers of Toho. These guys are making some fucking Toho bangers. I used to listen to them to bitches like back in middle school. So like I was a big fan of Toho like back then, and I was like listening to this shit. I was like, damn, I love some of these songs, right? And I saw this shit. I was like, god damn. Like featured artist basically means that they could make official songs with Osu, like songs particularly for Osu, and it's kind of just like a collaboration with Osu and ShibayanRecords here. So I think that's pretty cool, and I really like this news personally, and a lot of people are pog championing it as well. So I think it's pretty nice. If we're gonna see more Toho songs in Osu, I'm gonna be pog championing about that, because literally whenever I play on Osu, the majority of the time I just look up Toho on the search bar and just play songs like that. I don't know, maybe that's cringe, but that's just how I enjoy the game personally. But I like that news a lot. And besides that, I also want to address the twerking allegations. So I was going to make a video about this earlier where I was like, shit, I'm just going to address the twerking, but people are asking like in the comments, this guy's saying twerking so much and all, and that I also have like this freaking weird vernacular and vocabulary because I keep saying Zoomer shit. I don't know, maybe my vocabulary is completely fucked. Like I'm not really the person to be watching all this skibbity toilet. Actually, I was watching this one reels, it was, or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube shorts, it was like the song like meow 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 meow, like it was like this freaking cat, right? And I was like watching, I was like, shit, this is so sad, but this is some brain rot crazy skibbity edging riz. And I was like, okay, well, this is pretty nice, and I just learned some of the words. I don't actually like watch this type of content that much, but I just pick up on the words. I think this is something called like echolalia, like the freaking symptoms, and it's actually like some sort of weird mental disorder where you're gonna hear shit and then you repeat it. So that's probably what I'm doing right now with my brain. It's kind of fucked up, but that's kind of what I'm also doing to twerking. I actually used to say twerking like a long time ago when playing Osu, when I was saying like a really bad vocabulary. I was like, okay, well, I'm twerking on the maps here. Or I was talking to one of my friends like, dude, you're twerking on the map right here. I don't know, it's kind of retarded, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just how it is. I have this weird brain thing where I just repeat the words and say stupid shit. So that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I want to work on this because it's something that's been a part of me, but I don't know if it's right, because people would think I'm goofy or something if I say that, even though my real intentions are that I'm not that goofy. All right, but I'll see y'all.